Hi. So in this video, I am trying to give brief details about the test process that we used to follow while performing an API test. So the first phase is the requirement analysis. So in this phase, we used to get that details of the APIs, what are the endpoints available for testing. So we used to gather all the information, the full understanding that how the API is supposed to work uh, with the expected results for each endpoints. So then we move to the test planning. So basically there we used to decide how and when we should start the testing. So basically and define the scope and timeline of this test cycle and the acceptance criteria as well. So then we move to the test case development. So in this phase, we used to document the information that we have got during requirement analysis, and we used to document that expected behaviors, that is that expected status code for success and failure, the response time, and the response data as well. So all these details we used to document in the form of the test cases. And once the test case development has been done, we used to initiate the test execution process. So we have been using Postman while performing any manual execution and by testing that endpoints. Mm, and after the test execution or during the test execution, if we get any defects or anything which is mismatching from that expected behavior of that we are known to, so we used to file the defects so with proper details, and we have been using Jira for this purpose. So and we used to assign that to the concerned dev. So once this defect has been confirmed and fixed, so we used to initiate the retesting of those endpoints, and we used to validate that whether there's now these responses are coming as proper or not. So once all these endpoints available for testing are producing are giving that expected results, so we used to initiate the regression testing, which basically rerun all the endpoints and to ensure that whether these set of endpoints are giving appropriate result or not. And then after the regression testing has done, we used to publish the test report consisting all the tests that has been performed in this test cycle, if a issue found, issue resolved, so all the details includes in the test reports, and then move forward to the test closure by publishing the report to the stakeholders. So this in brief the process. Let me share the test case sample test case format. So this is the sample test cases for the API testing that we used to write. So basically the it consists of the main feature name and the endpoint. Then after the what type of request and what type of testing that we used to perform with this endpoint, then if there is any prerequisite or not, and then gradually followed by the test scenario and there are the what are the expected behavior for this test. So let me go through the Postman. So here is a list of the endpoints available for testing. So we have created a collection with all the endpoints as listed. So we have configured the request with required authorization and parameters as applicable. We have created some environment level variable as well. So we have three environment available. One is production, QA, and UAT. So we have created variable at the environment level in order to manage the testing easily and avoid repetitions. And for this same purpose, we have created some variables at the collection level as well. So these variables are created in the collection level, which is getting used in the endpoint file execution. So once we execute these requests and we used to analyze and validate the response details as per the expected behavior that we have documented in the test cases, and based on that execution report, we used to mark the associated test case pass or fail. So eventually, once this test case is test execution is completed, we used to publish the entire detailed test report, mentioning a QA remark to the stakeholders. So basically, that's in brief how we used to perform API testing manually using Postman. I will try to brief the approach we used to follow for validating APIs through scripts using Postman, and using REST assured library that we have also used in some of our for validating some of our endpoints as well, where there is end-to-end API testing is involved. So I will try to give a brief about the process. Thank you.